Hi Aylie, I'm going to give you some comments on your essay using this tool called Screenomatic. Very clear and concise thesis, Aylie, well done. And your introduction is also very clear. You outline where the novel takes place, who the main character is, how old she is, and kind of the context of the story, so that's great. I don't think you need to say very here. Sandra is willing to marry a stranger in order to survive. And then the west referring to a specific place, so that's a capital. But traditional in, okay, but traditional, so almost all cases around India are not persecuted for breaking the law. Fine. Good. I think, Aylie, you can also push yourself a little bit here because you know that the reason you can tell that she's excited to be married is because of the exclamation mark, right? If there was a question mark there, it would tell you a little bit different of a message, right? Both in these, if this was a period and this was a question mark, it would really change the message that the author was trying to give. So when we talk about author's intent, I think that this would be a good situation for you to push yourself and think, okay, so I can read into the grammar of this sentence and I can tell that the exclamation mark means, and the author is trying to show that she's excited. Whereas if she had put a question mark there and a full stop here, you would know that, well, Chandra isn't really that excited to be married. Okay, so you can also think about it like that. Okay, this is obviously a very clear quote that shows that she's excited. Here, you need to have a capital. Good. Okay, so you have your very clear topic sentence. You've got some great background information here and a quote. I guess it's from the narrator that shows the comparison between girls in India and girls in the West. And then you have your other quote here, which is good. And like I said before, you can add a little bit more analysis about the grammar that happens in this sentence. And then here you have another quote that is fairly obvious that shows her excitement. And then you have a good conclusion sentence. So that's very well organized paragraph, Aylie. Good. Good transition. And I would just say Indian culture, but I think that might be too general, so I think culture is okay. Good, okay, very good. Within the culture of the book. Widows are actually unlucky and are seen as outcasts and untouchables. Good. Good. Yeah, we know that, but we don't need to include that. You're going to talk about that next week. Very good, Aylie. Very good. Good. Excellent. Clear, concise. Your analysis is great. Good. Man-controlled world. A man-controlled... I think world is too broad, and I would like to think that our world is not controlled by men, right? I think you need to say in a man-controlled, in a traditionally man-controlled Indian culture. I found it. Let's be specific. I found the novel empowering and inspiring. Sandra managed to escape her fate in that horrible home she was doomed to live in for the rest of her life. This is definitely a strong story that has every aspect of survival knitted into it. Well done. And yes, we talked about Glasgow in England. Okay, Aylie, if I take a look at the rubric here, you have done well. Your essay writing has improved significantly since the start of the year. I know at the beginning of the year, sometimes you were frustrated with following such a specific rubric, and I understand where your frustration lies, but I do think that you're getting better at clearly reading what the rubric is asking of you and delivering that in a very concise way. As always, you have shown an insightful approach to the task and you have perceptive understanding, and again, you have illustrative details that link directly to the novel, so that's very well done. Your writing is always interesting to read, Aylie, so I think that you should keep working on that and keep doing the things that you love, like writing novels and reading more, because that just helps your vocabulary and your sentence structure to get better and really engage the reader that is reading your work. So that's great. You've got really good paragraphs outlined. Your work is really well organized. Your arguments are clear. And you have really good quotes as evidence. I would just say that you probably need to still work on your transitions. I don't think that they're perfect yet. But it's just a minor thing that you can work on. And then in terms of your grammar and your vocabulary, it's getting better, and I think that links again to you keeping reading and keeping writing, because of the more practice that you get, the better that you get at it. So there's little areas in your essay that are contractions and informal register, so that's really good. Okay, so overall, I think you've done really well on this task, and I think in the future, if you just continue to, like I said, keep reading and keep writing and expand your vocabulary and work on having clear transition sentences, that will be really helpful for you. And then when you get into older grades, your analysis will have to expand, as you are probably aware, right? So when you put in your quote, you'll have to spend quite a bit of time analyzing what that quote means and exactly what the author's intent is. But overall, I think you did a really good job, and I wish you the best of luck in your future career as an English student. Take care.